Okay, so today you're going to dive into some of your ideas about consciousness,
Okay,
and we're going to see how they connect to this scientific model called the Synchronized Resonance Model,
sounds good.
SRM. And we've got your notes here, we've got some research, and I think we can really put these two things together.
Yeah, it's gonna be fascinating to see how these ideas really line up.
Yeah,
Let's jump right into it.
yeah. So SRM, it basically says that our brains work best when the electrical waves are all kind of in sync,
Right.
particularly the theta waves and the gamma waves.
Uh-huh.
And that's when we feel really good, and like everything's working properly.
It's all about harmony, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
Yep. And the model uses this really cool image of a dot within a circle.
I like that image. It's simple, but it really gets the point across.
Yeah.
Can you explain it a bit?
Yeah. So like the dot is like that core synchronized activity that's happening in your brain.
Okay.
And then the circle is like everything else, the world around you,
Yeah.
other people.
Right. So it's like the dot is you and the circle is everything outside of you.
Exactly. And the thing that connects them is our brain waves.
I see. And that's where your ideas come in, right?
Yes, you were talking about how our brain waves can actually like influence the world around us.
Yeah, like with groupthink or even like big societal changes.
Right. And there's some actual research that shows our brains can sync up with the Earth's rhythms, and also that people's brain waves can align when they're doing things together.
Wow. So like our brains are kind of tuning in to the world around us.
Yeah, exactly. And there's this concept called neural synchrony in consciousness.
Okay, I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's really fascinating stuff.
So if our brains can influence the world through this synchrony, what about the other way around? How does the environment impact our minds according to SRM?
Right. Well, you also talked about how technology can mess with our mental state
Oh, yeah, totally.
and like fear and stress.
Nice.
And that actually fits in perfectly with SRM. Yeah, so it suggests that things like Wi-Fi signals can kind of interfere with our brain's natural frequencies.
Like that document we were looking at, what's that noise?
Exactly, and when those frequencies get disrupted, it throws off that core synchronization, the dot. Yeah.
Oh, so it's like external noise messing with our internal harmony.
Yeah, and then you add in fear and stress,
Hmm.
and it just makes things worse.
Which it throws us off balance.
Totally. And there's this research in fear. It shows how stress just disrupts the brain's harmony and makes it more reactive.
Wow. So it's like technology and our own emotions can both pull us away from that ideal state of synchrony.
Right, and here's where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
You brought up quantum mechanics,
Oh, yeah.
and how our brain waves might actually be like quantum fields.
Yeah. Could that explain how our minds and the world interact?
Right. And it's a pretty out there idea, but it kind of makes sense.
It's definitely pushing the boundaries, but it's exciting to think about.
Yeah, and there's actually a theory called the orchestrated objective reduction theory or
Orchard.
yeah, it's kind of similar.
It's like our minds are connected to the universe on a deeper level.
Right. And then you had this other really cool thought about groupthink.
Oh, yeah.
Like what if when our brains sync up in groups, it creates like a network
A network of minds.
and our thoughts are all kind of influencing each other?
Oh, that's trippy.
It really makes you question what it means to have a separate mind.
Yeah, it challenges our whole understanding of consciousness.
Exactly. And while it's still just an idea, it does fit with your intuition that consciousness goes beyond the individual.
Right, it's like we're all connected in ways we don't fully understand.
So basically, you're taking SRM and expanding it by saying it's not just about brainwaves, but also this constant back and forth between our minds and the world.
Yeah, like a two-way street.
Exactly.
Our brains are influencing the world, and the world is influencing our brains.
And that's a key part of your perspective.
It really is.
So for you listening, think about this. If our brainwaves can be influenced by and can also influence our surroundings,
It's like a feedback loop.
yeah, what does that mean for us as technology becomes more and more intertwined with our minds and our social interactions?
That's a really good question.
It's something to really think about because this idea of interconnectedness, it's not just science fiction.
It could be the key to understanding our place in the universe.
Exactly. It gives us
Yeah.
a whole new way of looking at the world.
I like that.
Yeah, it's pretty mind-blowing.
It is.
Thanks for diving in with me.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
And for you listening, keep exploring, keep questioning, and we'll see you next time on The Deep Dive.
See you next time.
Bye.